Good morning, family. I wanted to come on this morning because there's a question that I'm asked quite often that I wanted to actually give an answer to, right? And since I'm the Black question and answer man, your boy Mark Black, I think it's time to give an answer to this one. And that question is, who are you to ask all these questions, right? Essentially, the question comes down to, why should we care what you have to say or what you think? Who are you, right? Is what people ask, right? And that's a fair question. Who am I, right? Who am I that my opinions or my words mean anything to anybody, right? So I want to give an answer to that and also ask a question of my own. I am not a rich man. I'm not a poor man, right? I'm not necessarily a super religious or spiritual man, but I'm also not an atheist, right? I'm not the most intelligent man, although I do have some relative degree of intelligence. I'm not stupid, right? I'm not team light skin or team dark skin. I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm not, someone who is a thief or a liar. But I also don't necessarily care about stealing or lying when it's required. So I'm not the most moral man, but I'm not a completely amoral person or immoral person either. I have principles and beliefs that I stand up for, but I don't hold so dearly to them that I can't change. So I'm not rigid, but I'm not so flexible that I bend like everything in the breeze. What I am, who I am, is I'm a black man. That's right. In case you were wondering, in case you weren't aware, I'm a black man, right? I have an experience in this country, at this time, at this place, just like you do, right? My experiences have led me inexorably right to where I am now. And things could have been different, right? I could have been one of these, Negropean sellout coon Uncle Tom folk that bought into the whole system, lock, stock, and barrel, and carrying my water pitcher, carrying water for white supremacy, right? That could have been me. I could have been thugged out, ripping and running the streets, murdering another person or persons that look like me until either they caught me and locked me in prison or I ended up murdered by someone who looked like me. I could have been many different things and still can be. As long as the clock keeps ticking and time keeps rolling, then the potential for me to be other things always exists. But there is one thing that I remain no matter what else I become. No matter what other paths I walk down, I remain a black man. That is what gives me the right to share my opinion. That is what gives me the authority that I need to speak on behalf of my people, myself, my ancestors, and my descendants, the ones who come after. Now, the question I want to ask you is, by what authority do you remain silent? By what authority do you remain complacent? Do you remain absolutely quiet. It's not saying a word. You have eyes, right? You have a tongue. You have hands and feet and fingers and toes, just like I do, right? You have a heart in your chest that beats, and lungs in your chest that takes in air. You have intestines that digest food, right? You have skin that protects the rest of all of it from the elements, and bones to keep you propped up against gravity, right? You have a brain that, whether you believe God made it or whether you believe that it developed over time from, a little amoeba or something like that back in the day, whatever you think about that, you have it. And this brain has certain capabilities, certain functions, right? And you have that just like me. Which means that if I can choose to speak up, choose to share my experience as a black man with people who will listen, with people who will see, then the question should not be, who the hell am I to do this? The question should be that since I have the capability to do this, and you have the capability to do this, why aren't you doing it? Because it's so easy to criticize, to look at someone who is doing these things and say, who the fuck are they? They ain't nobody. I am what I am. I am a black man, without a doubt. Unapologetic, cannot change it, inexorably, inevitably, always black. I was born this way. I live this way. And, if I'm lucky, I'll die this way. That is who I am. That is how come I can get on here and speak the way I speak and say the things I say and ask the questions that I ask. That's the only authority I've ever needed, was the capability to be able to do what it is that I'm doing. We spend so much time sometimes, right, questioning what other people are doing, worried about what the hell the next man is doing, right, or the next woman. As the descendants of former slaves, we got that bad, right? We have this almost ingrained curiosity in us from the moment that we are able to understand the language that comes from our mother's mouths. We have this ingrained curiosity, this almost sick curiosity about what other folk is doing, right? We can't just sit here and be centered, be at peace with ourselves and just observe what we're doing. Sorry, right? No. We got to know what these people are up to, what they thinking about. What's that nigga on, right? That's something that we say all the time. What's he on? Or what's she on, right? My mother told me a long time ago, and this is really funny to me even now, but it makes so much sense. She said, if you spend half your time getting you some business and the other half minding your business, you'd have a full-time job. And she was right. She was right. Life isn't about finding who you are, right? Life is about making who you are, becoming what you want to become, right? I want to become someone who shares information, who acts as a conduit, as a voice, if you will, from the energy provided to me from my ancestors and from my brother the sun and from the food that I eat and all of that channeled through me to provide and share for you, right? Like a river of life overflowing that I cannot contain. That's who I am. That's what I've become. That's what I've become and what I share when I do my videos, right? When I do my posts on Facebook. That is what I have become. But if that's not where you are, No judgment from me, brother or sister, king or queen. But don't judge me for being where I am, right? If what I have to say edifies, uplifts, brings you to a point of harmony, of peace, of quietude within yourself, that gives you a degree of certainty, of clarity, peace of mind, and focus of purpose, then use it. Don't worry about where the hell it comes from. Don't think about the fact that some no-name nigga in the wilds of the Pacific Northwest had something to say on this particular topic. If it's something that you can use to build who you are, to become more of what you want to become, then it's yours. Freely given. It's a gift. Take it. Utilize it. Right? Don't concern yourself about the package it came in. Don't worry about the accent or the manner by which the truth was spoken. If it's true, damn it, it's true. And hold on to it. Cleave to it. Pull it into you to where the truth and you are synonymous. One and the same. Right? You and the truth share a symbiosis. The same life. If it doesn't adhere to you, if it's not for you, let it go. Let it fly by. Like one of those little dandelion puffs in the breeze. Just let it blow on by. Right? It's not for you. No need to jump all over it or critique it or whatever. And sure, I'm all for debate. Do not get me wrong. I'm actually a brother that loves debate. One of the things that I'm actually shocked about is that I say some pretty controversial things in my opinion, right? Things where I record the video and a part of me, that little scared nigga part in the back of my head go, man, you sure you should have said that? You know, American History 101, you talking about following the same path to take the country back as the whites did who took it? Yeah, I get afraid sometimes too, right? So, you know what I mean? I say some shit that I think is relatively controversial, but yet I do not hear any dissent from these pretty radical things, which gives me a great deal of hope. Because the fact is that regardless of whether it's Mark Black's way, Jason Black's way, Queen Amethyst, or Queen Angelique, or King Jedi, or whoever it is that you listen to, right? Because I mentioned quite a few people in the video yesterday, but we all have our fan favorites, right? Our ones that we dig. No matter who it is that you listening to, right? You listening to them because there is a truth that underlies what it is that they're saying that resonates with you, right? Otherwise, you would just be like, what? I'm over it, right? You'd be done. So what I'm saying is that I have the same authority to speak, to be as I am, as you do. Don't ask me who the fuck am I to stand up and speak. Ask yourself, where's your voice? Right? You have a voice box, a larynx, just like I do. Right? You have thought processes. You have concepts, some of which are not yours. Right? They've been gifted to you through your life experiences, sometimes just through a still small voice that appears in your mind in moments of quietude. And yet you've shared nothing with anybody, and you want to look at me and ask me who the hell am I to say what I say, to have the opinions that I have, to share the facts that I understand and things like that. Here you are gifted with the same things as I have been. And you have given nothing. Again, I don't judge you. I do not judge you. But what I will say is that perhaps rather than looking at me and asking who the hell am I, worried about who I am and what I'm doing, you may want to consider the possibility or the idea that you may need to look at yourself and figure out what you could be doing. If you spend half your time getting you some business, right? Building a life, doing God in your life, right? You spend half your time being God and doing God for yourself, and the other half minding that creation that you have made. You will be so busy and your life will be so rich that the idea to even ask me who the hell am I will not even enter into your head, people. To ask me who the fuck is that nigga think he is, it won't even be a thought. Because when you are doing God, when you are acting as a God in your life and constantly sustaining and maintaining the creation that is you, you too busy to worry about what some other God is doing. You way too busy. So, family, I want to thank you again for listening to it, brother. I really like this new format. I like being able to just pop on here and just say whatever's in my heart, whatever's on my mind, to share different facts that I learned, to comment on different things that are happening that affect us as a people. If you like the new format, I'm not one of those people that be like, share, subscribe, damn all that, right? I mean, if you do that, it's your choice. That's cool, right? But what I will say is that I'd love more dialogue. I'd love more give and take, back and forth, all right? So make sure to hit me up, right? Comment, jump on Facebook, and hit me up on Facebook at Mark Black 1831, right? Not self-promoting here, just looking for an opportunity to have you talk back. Until next time, people, maybe another video today, maybe one tomorrow, who knows, right? Life is what it is. But until next time, power to my people, peace and prosperity to my people. And most of all, do God. Do God for yourselves, people.